I got beef, man. 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 Got cheesesteak beef. Going me September 4th for the Philly Town Hall movie. We serve a cheese stuff. See you then. Shalom. I got beef.
Shalom, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, rule well, peace, and salutation to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing this word in the four winds of the earth. Shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Abiyah coming at you with a quick hit here. Just want to do a quick lesson on this. The brothers put it in the chat, and I had seen it. First, I was going to do a lesson on it, and then the brothers put it in the chat, and I was like, I might as well do it now, man, because that's the spirit. You know, you got this dude, General Yohana, eating a cheesesteak, man. Like, we too old for that, man. You know, and I mean, yeah, take it from me, man. That's not what you want to eat, man. You know, I was eating cheesesteaks and shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was, man. But shit, the Lord almost killed me for it, man. You know, and it made me change my whole diet. You know, now I'm dealing with herbs. I'm drinking teas and taking tinctures, and, you know, eating better and trying to heal myself, you know, and that's very important. You know, the apostles do videos on that all the time, how to make your own medicine, how to make your own Gatorade. You see them working out, you see them, you know, just doing healthy things, trying to, you know, take care of themselves, you know. And this dude, General Yohana, does the opposite. And I can see why, amongst other things, why Apostle Gabar Salakia left his camp, man, because he wasn't learning nothing. Wasn't learning nothing from that dude. And you could tell all them dudes that run with him, that was outside, by he talking about I got beef, unlearned, man. They don't understand. They have no understanding. You know, they don't. They think this shit is a joke. This shit is not a joke. You know, and you shouldn't be televising or advertising yourself eating something unhealthy. This is the second time now, maybe third, because the first time you was talking about you could pop your girl in the butt. You know, that's sodomy, man. Then he said you could take the C-19 shot, right? And we already know that caused many people to go into an early grave. And now he's saying it's okay to eat a cheesesteak, man. You know, it's okay to eat like that. And it's not, man. It's not. You know, it may taste good, it look good, but it ain't good. You know, the scriptures say, you know, everything is good, but is it expedient? I'll get that. It's in Corinthians, the 10th chapter, I believe. But let me read this real quick. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart, of the mind. You know, because what you put into your body It'll make you happier. It'll make you cheerful because you're giving the body what it needs, man. I never took cayenne pepper or any of the herbs that the brother is sending me. I never took none of that like that before, you know. And now I'm taking it, and I feel so much better, man. So I know slowly but surely I'll get over this thing. But yeah, it feels good to take care of yourself. You know, you're gonna feel different. You're not gonna feel like that when you're constantly putting things in your body to destroy yourself. You know, and it says death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness, and that's what that will bring. All that protein and all that bread and stuff. I don't eat bread. I don't eat white bread no more. I don't eat white rice anymore. I cut that stuff out, man. I used to eat that all the time, like every day. I would eat that. But nah, if I'm gonna eat rice, it'll be like some black forbidden rice. If I eat bread, it will be sourdough, which I eat sparingly. You know, it's good to watch what you're eating. Let me get 22, 23 real quick. Gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Okay? You're not going to be joyful, eating chips, cookies, and all types of crap all day, every day. You're not going to feel good, Love thy own soul, and comfort thy heart, and remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Okay? So, eating that stuff will lead to sorrow, man. He's just leading people the wrong way, man. He really is. It reminds me of Isaiah 9:16. Real quick. Isaiah 9:16 says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Okay? And those men they're destroyed, man. Mentally, physically, spiritually, all types of ways, probably financially as well. Their leader is not leading them in the right direction, and he's showing that he just don't care about them. He don't care about himself neither. And what type of man is going to follow a man like that doesn't even care about himself? If he don't care about himself, he ain't gonna care about you. But these dudes are not looking at things from a spiritual aspect, with a spiritual lens. They're looking at things carnally, and that's why they are carnal, and that's why they move the way they move, man. That's why they move the way they move. Now, I'm glad I end up with them. I'll probably be dead. Yeah, so let's do Sirach 37 real quick. Let's start at 28. Yeah, let's start at 18 and work our way down. It says, four manner of things appear good and evil, life and death, but the tongue rules over them continually. And what this man is teaching, the message he's spreading to people that have open ears when he is talking, are being poisoned by him, man. He's no better than Esau. You know, when Esau speaks, he speaks poison. And that's what this man is speaking, poison. The same as Esau, you know? And people are following this man, not knowing that he's going to lead them to their death, man. 23, it says, a wise man instructed his people, and the fruit of his understanding fell not. Okay, a wise man. The apostles of GMS show you, you know, what you should be ingesting all the time. You know, they show you how to make different tinctures, different teas. You know, like I said earlier, they show you their workouts. You know, certain foods they put together that you can eat that'll be light, that'll be easy on your digestive system. You know, they do extra things like that to show us, man. That's love right there, man. That's love. You know, if you showing a person how to take care of themselves, that's love. You know. So I mean I don't get it, man. I really don't. You know, being in the position I'm in right now, just it changed my life, man. It really did, for the better. Let me see. Let's start at 28. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Be not insatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Right? Because when you do that, you know, meat got protein in it. If you're eating too much, you know, it's going to be your whole body's going to turn. It's going to be a lot of acid in your body. It's going to turn to acid in your body if you are putting too much protein in it. You know, and it says, for excess of meats bringing sickness, and that's why our body is meant to be alkaline, of course. So if your body is full of acid, you know, it's going to cause inflammation and all sorts of problems, man. And for excess meats bringing sickness, and surfeiting would turn into choler. By surfeiting have many perished, man. Eating too much meat. You know, just eating too much. I only eat once a day now. You know, so I'll probably do like maybe 1,500 calories a day, if that. You know, that may be a little bit too little, but the fact that I can't walk around and stuff the way I want to, I don't want to just be sitting here eating, you know, 3 times a day like they tried to feed me in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to eat 3 times a day. You only need to eat once a day, you know, and make sure that you make every meal count, you know. You make sure you make every meal count that you eat, you know. And just because it's healthy don't mean it gotta be nasty. You can make it good. You just don't add no extra calories to it and stuff like that. You'll be fine. By surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. You know, and that's what we're doing. And I always say we want to see the fall of our enemy, man. So, you know, we want to live on this side. We don't want to taste no death. You know, if we have to taste death, then so be it. But in the meantime, you know, it's good to take care of yourself. You know, that's another thing, you know, of course I've learned in this walk to take care of myself. Like, I used to take care of myself a lot, but, you know, you get older and you just be like, fuck it, you know. But now I'm getting back to, you know, how I was, you know, and that's a good thing. It's a great thing. You know, I feel good, man. And yeah, if you are watching ISUPK, don't watch them. You ain't gonna learn nothing but death from them. That's a camp of death. You know, that's not a camp of life. You know, he gives the worst advice I've ever heard in my life, man. That ain't what you want. First Corinthians, I said I'd get that real quick. First Corinthians 10 and 23. There you go, right here. First Corinthians 10 and 23. It says, all things are lawful for me, which everything on that sandwich was lawful. It looked like, you know, and it didn't appear to be any pork or nothing on there, right? All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. Okay? That goes into food too. You know, there could be a food that's lawful, you know, you could eat it, but is it going to be good for your body when your body breaks it down? Is it going to give your body vitamins and nutrients and minerals that it needs to keep going? You know? No. So you eating French fries, you eating burgers and all types of stuff with cheese in it and all that, man. And you continue to keep doing that over time, it's gonna mess you up real good, man. Take it from me. Take it from me, man. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. And him walking out the shop with the with the cheesesteak, like it's a publicity stunt or something. It was not edifying at all. If you're gonna put something on video, make it edifying. Where people could watch it and learn something from it. There's no learning watching that, or watching him, or watching that camp at all, man. There's no type of learning, So I just want to do a quick little lesson on that. I pray it was edifying. I want to say shalom to the next one.